is that Harvey Weinstein is now a convicted rapist. But the verdict was mixed. He didn't get the most serious charges. He has been found guilty by this jury of a criminal sexual act in the first degree. That is related to the accusations from Miriam Haley, or Miriam Haley, as she later on changed her name. Those are the most serious charges he has been found guilty of, and he could, for those, face up to 25 years in prison. He's also been found guilty of rape in the third degree. That is connected to the accusations from Jessica Mann, who says that he raped her back in 2013. The accusations from Haley dated back to an incident in 2006 when she says that he forcibly performed oral sex on her. He did not, however, he was not found guilty of the charges of predatory sexual assault. Those were the most serious charges connected to the other women who testified, in particular Shora, who had said that he had raped her in the mid-90s or early 90s. And so it seems that the jury did not find the evidence on that strong enough, so he will not get the maximum penalty that he could have gotten, life behind bars. But still, this is certainly a measure of justice for the victims of Harvey Weinstein, and I imagine that those who adhere to the Me Too movement and who have been waiting to hear this verdict, that they will be somewhat pleased that he's been found guilty, but perhaps also a little disappointed that he was not found guilty of the more serious charges and that he will not end up spending his entire life in prison.
And can we expect an appeal?
We might expect an appeal. It's not clear yet. Right now, Judge Burke is speaking with the jurors, and I'll be bringing you all the latest from the courtroom as it comes out. But these are early days. We only just have this guilty verdict out. I would imagine there'll be an appeal, but hard to say at this point. The jury, up until today, seemed to be hung on those most serious charges. Some of the jury members thought he was guilty of them. Others didn't. We don't know what the split was, but they spent the weekend thinking about it. And finally today, they have come to this unanimous verdict.
And once again, Jessica, Harvey Weinstein insisting it was consensual, but who did not take the stand during his trial.
No, he did not, but that's very common in this sort of criminal trial. It's very rare for the accused to take the stand. And although his lawyers had said that he wanted to, it's not clear whether or not he really did want to, because it's usually seen as quite damaging to the accused to take the stand themselves. So no, he did not. But then again, yeah, as I said, that didn't mean anything. That's very normal. But yes, he pleaded not guilty. He had said that these acts were consensual. That's what his lawyers argued all along. But he's now a convicted rapist. He didn't get the most serious charges, but there had been even some doubt. These cases were complicated. There had been some doubt as to whether or not the jury would be able to be unanimous, specifically on the accusations from Jessica Mann. She had been in a sort of almost like a long-term but rather twisted relationship with him, and so that was seen as quite a sort of complicated thing. All sorts of questions were raised. Can rape happen in a relationship? Yes, it can, say the experts. And what is consensual, what is not? If you don't fight back physically, does that mean you've consented? No. All of these issues were raised over the course of this trial, and that's what's been so interesting about it. And, I'm sure that those two women, the main accused in particular, are breathing a sigh of relief that at least they have been found to have been telling the truth, essentially. The jury has found that they told the truth.